Hi there, gorgeous! Happy Monday to you. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I make videos like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Fridays are my exclusive drugstore makeup review days, so if you'd like to be notified of new videos in the future, then subscribe, hit that bell, do all that wonderful stuff, and I want to say thank you so much in advance if you do. Today I am reviewing some samples for you. I've been testing out these high-end samples over the past few months, so I've really developed a strong opinion on a lot of these. And I love to sample. I mean, I sample everything, especially when it comes to high-end products, because we don't want to be spending all this money on something and then find out it really isn't that great, or it just didn't work for me. Now, there is one affordable product on this list, but for the most part, a lot of these are really up there in price. So I'm going to be brutally honest with you in my opinion of each and every one of these. First sample I have to share with you is a Chanel foundation. Oh, if you know me, you know where this is going. Chanel ain't cheap, so you better believe I'm gonna sample them to death. I was walking through a department store recently with my friend Corinne, and we saw the Chanel counter. I have to stop just to see what's there, just sometimes to smell it. Now, my favorite foundation of all time was the Perfection Lumiere that Chanel had, but they discontinued it. I don't know why, because it was wonderful stuff. And I've tried other foundations from them since, with little success. Didn't like them at all. But I noticed they had one called Perfection Lumiere Velvet, and that intrigued me. So I asked the lady for a sample. She was more than happy to give it to me. And I'm telling you what, they give you enough that you can try the foundation for, I mean, I've been using this little guy for at least 2 weeks now, and I've gotten a real feel for how it is on my skin, how it wears, what it looks like, and I'm telling you what, oh, this stuff is amazing. I hate to tell you that, but it really, really is. And the price is, are you sitting down? Because I'm gonna tell you the price. Okay, are you ready? $50 for 1 ounce. Oh. The finish is phenomenal. It's lightweight. It wears extremely well all day. It's very reminiscent of my beloved Perfection Lumiere, and I'm almost wondering if this is just a different version of it. I'm not really sure. I didn't get much information on it from the lady when I was getting the sample, but I have to tell you, it's worth it. Now, will I be buying a full size of it? Yes and no, not right this second, only because I have a few high-end foundations that I need to go through first before I go out and buy another one, but this is definitely on my list of stuff to get in the future. And the other reason I'm putting it on the back burner right now is because there's another foundation sample I've been trying out right now that's much more economical. I mean, yeah, it is actually. It's a lot more economical than the Chanel foundation, and it's really just as beautiful, so more about that here in a minute. Another sample that I've been trying, I got with a Sephora order, and it was a deluxe size, so I've had a good amount of time to test it out, is from Supergoop, and this is their Unseen Sunscreen. It has an SPF of 40, and it's water and sweat resistant for 40 minutes. And what struck me about this is that it's not like your typical sunscreen. First of all, it goes on completely clear. It minimizes the appearance of pores. It mattifies your skin like a primer. It's basically like a primer and a sunscreen in one. And I've seen a lot of comments in the past when I've talked about sunscreens from many of my Black subscribers asking for recommendations on ones that will not give you a white cast on the skin. And I know that's something that my friend Corinne struggles with too, because she's asked me the same question. This, you have to get this. I've tried a lot of sunscreens in the past that they make you feel like the makeup is sliding off of your skin, but this does not do it. So will I be buying the full size? Yes, girl. And that one was $32 for 1.7 ounces. It's up there in price. I mean, it is for a sunscreen, but you use a small amount of it. And I feel like with as many sunscreens as I've struggled with, it's worth it. Now, in a Sephora order recently, I got another deluxe sized sample that I picked out, and that was the IGK First Class Charcoal Detox Dry Shampoo. This one comes in at $27 for 6.3 ounces. So it's up there in price, especially when you compare it to the Batiste Dry Shampoo, which is an excellent performer, but at a much more affordable price point. And this one had a lot of great qualities to it. It said it was vegan, cruelty and gluten-free, petroleum and mineral oil-free, paraben and sulfate-free. Looked really good on the surface. But first day that I used it, while I liked how it made my hair look fresh and it really did a great job of soaking up all the oils, This one left such a horrible white cast behind that it looked like I had gray roots. I only wash my hair 2 times a week simply because if I do it more than that, it tends to get dried out and look very straw-like. So I rely heavily on dry shampoo. So the days when I was testing this one out and I got that really bad white cast, I was mad because it didn't matter how many times I tried rubbing it into my scalp. It didn't matter how many times I tried brushing it out. I thought maybe I had sprayed it too close, so I tried spraying it further away. The second and third times, didn't matter. I still had those horrible gray looking roots with this one, so while I liked everything else about it, that really turned me off, and I will not be purchasing the full size of this one. Now, another sample I tried recently came from a sheet mask order, and this is from the brand Peach and Lily. It's their Super Reboot Resurfacing Mask, and this comes in at $43 for 2.7 ounces. So again, up there in price, and they give you enough in the little packet for a one-time use. And what this is supposed to do is basically exfoliate the skin and take away all of the dead, whatever you want to call it, stuff on the skin. It's just supposed to make your skin smoother, kind of like the BHA exfoliating liquid from Paula's Choice. Very similar to that from my understanding. If I'm wrong, please correct me. So I tried it out one night. It does give a tingling sensation to the skin the second that you apply it. It lasts for about 3 minutes. It's not uncomfortable, but you're very aware of it after you apply it. And then after the 3 minutes, it does go away. You're supposed to keep it on the skin for about 15 to 20 minutes and then wash it off. Well, let me tell you, my skin felt so smooth after using this mask, and the 2 days following my using this mask, my skin felt just as smooth, and it wasn't like any other exfoliating product that I had ever used. It was phenomenal. Do I want to buy the full size? Yes, absolutely. Will I? Not right now, because I have so much skincare that I'm testing out and trying. I mean, I have a whole basket full in my closet from companies who've sent it to me, which I'm very thankful for. So this is something I'm definitely going to keep off to the side and probably take a picture of it with my phone for the future, because it really was amazing stuff. But if you've been curious about it, or you're looking for something that will give you the results of, say, a mini facial, you would love this stuff. Along those same lines, another high-end sample that I've been trying out is one from Kate Somerville. This is her Liquid Exfoliate Triple Acid Resurfacing Treatment, and this comes in at $58 for 4 ounces. And I've been using it over the past, I want to say, month or so, on and off, and you're only supposed to use it at night. It's supposed to exfoliate the skin very similarly to the Peach and Lily mask that I just talked about. And it's very similar to the BHA exfoliating liquid from Paula's Choice, but I didn't notice a huge difference with it, honestly. Each time I used it, my skin felt the same. It didn't feel smoother. I didn't notice a change in texture. I don't know. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to do exactly, because nothing happened. So would I buy the full size of this? No way. Now, earlier I had mentioned there was another foundation that I had been testing out that was a little bit more economical than the Chanel one. And I was in Sephora recently looking at all the new foundations that I haven't tried, and so I picked a sample up of this one, and this is the Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation. And if you caught my video where I talked about the best skin-like foundations, this was one of my top favorites and still is. That's why I love this foundation so much. It is water-based, so it's excellent for those of us with oily skin. It lasts an incredible amount of time on the face, and a little bit of this goes a long way. What I liked about it was that it's extremely light coverage, so it is very skin-like. If you're expecting a medium to fuller coverage with this one, you're not going to get it. But if you're looking for something that's like a tinted moisturizer, this is an excellent foundation. And this one comes in at $43 for 1.69 ounces. So a little more affordable compared to the Chanel one, and that will be the one that I'm going to purchase next once I'm finished up with some of my high-end foundations that I'm almost done with. But all around, love this stuff. The last 2 samples I've been trying out, I'm going to mention them simultaneously because they're the same kind of product, but I'm only purchasing the full size of one of them, and I'll tell you why here in a second. First one being the Bioderma Micellar Solution cleanser, and this is meant specifically for those of us with oily skin. Now they do make one completely separate for those with dry skin. I wanted to make you aware of that. And this is alcohol free. It does a beautiful job of removing makeup. Didn't struggle at all with this one. It takes everything off of the face with very little effort required on your part. Waterproof mascara, eyeliner, lipstick, you name it, it comes right off with this solution. And I've heard it raved about on YouTube before. Don't know why it took me this long to try it, but it is really excellent stuff. The other one is the Sephora Waterproof Eye Makeup Remover, and that also is an excellent product, alcohol-free too, and it removes makeup effortlessly. I loved both of these samples equally. The deciding factor for me came down to the price per ounce. The Sephora Eye Makeup Remover is $11 for 4.2 ounces. The Bioderma solution is $14.90 for 500 milliliters, which is about 17 ounces. So you're getting 4 times the amount of product with the Bioderma solution compared to the Sephora product for about $3 more. So that right there was the reason why I'm going to be buying the Bioderma solution full size, and I will not be buying the Sephora makeup remover. And I love that it is alcohol free, because I've been using one from the drugstore, L'Oreal I believe it is, that has alcohol in the formula, and I've noticed that it started to affect my skin. And alcohol isn't really a product you should be using in your skincare anyway. I don't know why they make them with that, but yeah, big selling point for me with this one. By the way, if you want details on what's on my eyes today, it's gorgeous. Look for the video coming out this week on the Colourpop palettes. I'm doing a whole review on the Just My Luck and It's My Pleasure palettes with mini tutorials. I will have the combo listed below for you in the description box if you can't wait for the video and you want to know how to recreate it. But if you're not familiar with my eyeshadow techniques and my format, the mini tutorial will be available in that video later this week. And that is everything. Like I said, don't be afraid to ask for samples. Don't be afraid to sample everything. Think of how much money you're spending on makeup and skincare. And don't feel guilty about it either, because you gotta be able to save some money somewhere. If something doesn't work for you, you wanna know ahead of time. So please don't be afraid of that. And also pay attention to the price per ounce, because I feel like a lot of us forget to look at that, and sometimes it can be a huge determining factor in whether or not you do want to go ahead with that full-sized product. Some stuff, like the Chanel foundation, I mean, good gracious, it's amazing stuff, but $50 an ounce, that can be hard to swallow. So it does help to kind of keep things in perspective. I mean, do you know how many diapers I could buy for that? It's the important things in life. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Please subscribe if you'd like to be notified of more videos like this in the future. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.